Welcome everybody. We're back with TTBurger Game Reviews here on YouTube, and I am your host Tony. TTBurger Game Reviews episode 291 here. We continue with my Hot Shots Golf franchise review here. This is the third part of 8 parts of episode 291 here. Next, we're going to look at Hot Shots Golf as it goes next gen on the PlayStation 2. The third game in the franchise and the first game in the franchise to be released on the PlayStation 2. Also known as Minna No Golf 3 and Everybody's Golf 3. We have Hot Shots Golf 3, released first in Japan of July 26, 2001, and then March 12, 2002 in North America. This game was not released in Europe or Australia for some odd reason, but let's just continue here because we have a lot to say, because as we head into the next generation of Hot Shots Golf. Now, Hot Shots Golf 3 had 2 successful games in the franchise on the PlayStation. Both games were great. With the PlayStation 2 being out, games for the most part were expected to improve upon previous entries in the franchise. And does Hot Shots Golf 3 improve on this matter? Well, we do have an excellent game, but is it better than the 2 predecessors? Well, what can I tell you right now? You'll have to wait till the end. So let's get down to the nitty gritty here. Hot Shots Golf 3 starts off with a handful of modes, same as found in the previous game. No, I'm serious, all the modes are here, there are no new modes, but is that bad? Well, yes and no. I mean, we have all the fun modes here, and they are here in the next generation sequel. By the sequel, I was expecting some new modes to play, like bring back miniature golf mode, or come up with some new ideas and add more to the game. Sure, you have national championship. You have to be connected to the internet, and you need a code as well to play this mode. It's basically a mode where you and other people across the country play in tournaments online. Fun idea, but I do not play online. But we got our tournament mode, and stroke play, and match play, and verse mode, and short hole mode. There's a 3-part 9-hole mode from the last game. We also have a bunch of new golfers. There are no guest characters here, which is sort of disappointing, but you have to realize PlayStation 2 was fresh on the market still when it came out. For this review, I picked Tiffany, the Canadian golfer dressed in red. Then we have a load time here. We get into the game here and see the graphics for Hot Shots Golf 3 are pretty good. This is some of the best looking graphics for an early generation PlayStation 2 game. The golfers look really good aside from some creepy looking faces on some of the golfers and some outfits, and some of them will look kind of freaky, but most part the golfers are very detailed, mainly Tiffany and Stacy. They look very realistic, more so than before. They even animate better. They look very realistic, more so than before. They even animate better. Go on from the last game on the golfers with the big heads and creepy looking faces like haunted house dolls, to golfers that animate like bendable action figures, to golfers that animate realistically and fluidly. The environments you golf in look amazingly detailed, with foliage that moves in the background and wind blowing, and the flags and the rain look the best. No snow effects though, but it's okay. I mean, they did what they could for a PlayStation 2 game. The special effects when you swing the golf club and hit the ball and everything looks really cool to see that ball go flying high with the wind. The frame rate is solid at this time, 60 frames per second. We even have an opening cutscene this time, which is somewhat pre-rendered, but for the most part it uses the in-game graphics engine. The overall graphics are definitely amazing. Hot Shots Golf 3 sound aspect, well, the sound has been weak in the beginning. How is it here? For me, I think it's gotten better, for the most part. One improvement is the golfers this time have spoken dialogue. It gives them personality, and all I can say is, finally, spoken dialogue for the golfers. But it's not much dialogue though, but it'll do, I guess. I mean, these golfers are not here to converse and make friends or so. The music is kind of a step backward. Sure, I love the music, but it's not as memorable as the music in Hot Shots Golf 2. Some of the tracks here are great, but others sound a bit generic, like it was done at the last minute and just put into the game's files like phoned in. Also, once again, no save file means you have to manually turn the music on for the 3rd time in a row now. Why did they do this again? Clap hands, why have the music off in the default setting? It makes no sense, at least we can turn it on after that. Hot Shots Golf 3's gameplay has taken an improvement in the controls and playability. In the beginning I asked the question, is this game better? Now that we're in the gameplay aspect, you want your answer? The answer is yes. Improved controls and smoother gameplay make this a better sequel. Go on to the stiffness of the controls of the first 2 games. But there's still kind of a delay when pressing the button to hit the ball with the shot meter. It is not 100% better, but it's 95% better. The difficulty curve is more balanced here. The versus AI is more balanced, and they're not as cheap when it comes to winning. Sure, they can be stupid at times, or on the rough side at times, but they are nowhere near as bad as they were in the first game. An interesting note is that each game for the most part has new golfers. Sure, some reappear in later on entries in the series as time goes on, but for the most part the golfers are new, like Tiffany and Stacy. You have a selection of caddies and golf clubs and golf balls, but you need to unlock them in tournament mode. The way you unlock all that cool stuff, level up your rank again, and just fun times ahead with the tournament mode for sure, more so than the verse mode here. The tournament mode is huge. You have 6 courses with different weather effects. 6 courses kind of disappointing. There's only 6 courses, but they change due to the weather. There's only 1 course available again at the start. And the costume you unlock for the most part are color swaps for the default costumes, except for the special costumes. The verse mode is tweaked a little bit too, where you can face off counterparts of your character and other characters and more. Kinda like the Get Character mode in Mario Golf. You also have tons of characters to unlock, with secret characters. No guest characters though, which is kind of a bummer, and you only have 3 golfers available from the start again, Tiffany being one of them. But I had a great time at Hot Shots Golf 3. It is the game we need to keep the series alive and kicking and running for the next generation consoles. Sure, it's not perfect, and the controls are not 100% better, and there are not really any new modes here. Sure, short home mode is here, but it is the same as 3.9 home mode in Hot Shots Golf 2. It's not adding any modes, they are new, and while the gameplay is better, it still would have been nice to add something new to the gameplay. Now, but before we can even give Hot Shots Golf 3 a rating here, let's go to our TTBurger pros and cons chart to give that rating here. Well, for the TTBurger pros, Hot Shots Golf hits the PlayStation 2 console with a hole-in-one, making it the best game in the franchise so far. Excellent graphics with improved golfer and environment and weather effects. Smoother controls that make hitting the ball easier than last time. Lots of unlockable rewards such as new golfers, golf clubs, golf balls, and more. Golfers such as Tiffany and Stacy are memorable. Very memorable. Golfers have lines of dialogue, giving them personality. Difficulty's more balanced and not as frustrating like how it was in the last 2 games on the PlayStation. Lots of modes to play and a bigger tournament mode with some cool stuff to unlock. Hours of content that will keep you entertained for a while. Also, once again, if you have the Japanese version, you have different golfers exclusive to that version. For the TTBurger cons though, not really any new modes from the previous games on the PlayStation. While the golfers have lines of dialogue and personality, they do not really speak that much. While the controls are smoother, there is still a delay when you hit the ball using the shot meter. Even though there are lots of golfers to unlock, no guest characters this time. While the difficulty is more balanced this time, there are some cheap moments with the opponent AI. While the golfers are more detailed, some of them have creepy looking faces and outfits. The music was not as good as it was in Hot Shots Golf 2 on the PlayStation. The music is still turned off in the default setting if you do not have a save file present. This is the first game in the franchise that was not released in Europe or Australia for some weird reason. Those are the only complaints I have with it though. Final thoughts? I definitely recommend Hot Shots Golf 3 for the PlayStation 2. If you like the first 2 games, so I'm not disappointed at all. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's the best score I can give it, and it's definitely worth owning your PlayStation 2 collection for sure. But that's it for this part of my Hot Shots Golf franchise review, episode 291, part 3 of 8. Stay tuned for part 4 where I'm taking a look at Hot Shots Golf 4, spelled F-O-R-E. This is the second game on the PlayStation 2, and it's the 4th game in the franchise. What will happen? Is this the best one, the worst one, mediocre one, in the middle, or more? Find out next, which all I gotta say is it's Tony, peacing out, have a great day, and see you all in the next part where I look at Hot Shots Golf 4 for the PlayStation 2. Take care, everybody.
I never say never, I work all alone, I don't work together. I got big moves and they coming soon. I'ma be a tycoon in the boardroom. Everything is fine tuned, got no